Okay, we're going to start by finding the difference quotient of a linear function. So a function that has an x, no squared, anything like that. So remember from before, our formula for difference quotient, the DQ always makes me think of Dairy Queen, is f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Okay? And so what we're going to do, this is our function. The first thing we want to do is find f of x plus h. Well, what does that mean? That means we're going to take our function, and anywhere there's an x, we're going to plug in x plus h. So this first part, this right here, is our f of x plus h. Okay, then we're going to subtract f of x. Well, f of x is just our original function, and since we're subtracting, we want to be careful. We want to put our whole function in parentheses. Okay, and then we're going to divide by h. So this right here is our f of x, just our original function. Since we're subtracting, we'll have to distribute the minus, so we're just careful of putting it in parentheses. Now what we're going to do is do some algebra, and we're going to work so that we can simplify it. So the first thing we're going to do is distribute this 3 to the x and the h. That will give us 3x plus 3h. We'll bring down the minus 2, and then we'll distribute this minus. And you can think of that like a negative 1 if you want. So that'll give us a negative 3x. Then distribute the negative 1 to the negative 2. Negative 1 plus negative 2 is positive 2, all over h. Okay, now we want to just look at the numerator and see any terms that will cancel, okay, with something else. And I'll give you a hint. If you've done everything correctly, any term that doesn't have an h in it should cancel out. Okay, so let's get something dramatic. Let's get a red pen. And we see that we have a 3x here. Oops, that didn't change to red. We've got 3x here and a minus 3x here. So 3x minus 3x cancels out. And then we have a negative 2 here and a positive 2 here, which again, cancel each other out, go to 0. So that leaves us with 3h over h. So we can cancel the h's, and that leaves us with 3. So the difference quotient for this function is 3. Now, just a little hint, and the difference quotient, a lot of it is actually the work that we want to see, but for a linear function, so something that graphs as a straight line, the difference quotient is always equal to the slope. So that means if we have a function that looks like f of x equals mx plus b, like we do here, this would be our m, and then our x, and negative 2 would be our b. Oh no, what did I do? Hold on, let me pause this and try to go back to where I was. Okay, so if you have a difference quotient and you're finding out of a linear function, then it will always actually be the slope. So here you'll notice that our difference quotient 3 was the same as the slope of the line. Okay, and for straight lines, that will always be the case.